ॐ नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यम् श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यम् तन्तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। श्लोक 66 भाष्य. So Purvapakshi had asked, कर्मणः मिथ्या प्रत्ययवत् कर्तृकत्वात् कर्तुः अभावे श्रुतेः अप्रामाण्यमिति चेत्. If karma is caused by the kartrutva, which is on account of mithya pratyaya, that means karta is not real. There is no real karta. In that case, the karma vidhi shrutis, the shrutis which enjoin karma, they will not become pramana. If the shrutis that enjoin the karma are not pramana, then entire shruti, entire Veda will be apramana. This was the Purva Paksha. Then Siddhanti answered, no, it is not so. Because even if you consider the karma vidhi shrutis are apramana, the Brahma Vidya cannot be called apramana, because nobody can negate the Brahma Vidya. Na Brahma Vidyayam arthavattopapatteh. The Shruti has its artha. The Shruti serves its purpose. As far as Brahma Vidya is concerned, Karma Vidhi Shruti, Yatha Brahma Vidya, Karma Vidhi Shrutivat Brahma Vidya Vidhi Shrutehe Apramanya Prasangaha iti chet. Then Purva Pakshi asks again, just like Karma Vidhi Shruti, even the Brahma Vidya Shruti will become apramana. Because if you accept one part of the Shruti as apramana, even the other part of the Shruti can be apramana. Then Siddhanti said, it is not so. No. Badhaka pratyaya, because there is no badhaka pratyaya, there is no negation of Brahma Vidya. Brahma Vidya cannot be negated. Yatha Brahma Vidya vidhishrutya atmani avagate dehadi sanghate aham pratyayah badhyate तथा आत्मन्येव आत्मावगतिः न कदाचित् केनचित् कथञ्चिदपि बाधितुं शक्या फलाव्यतिरेकादवगतेः यथा अग्निः उष्णः प्रकाशश्च इति. So this was the answer. We have seen this in the last session. Brahma Vidya Shruti cannot be negated. Therefore, the validity of Shruti, which reveals Brahma Vidya, cannot be objected against. So far, Siddhanti answered with the assumption that the karma vidhi shrutis are apramana. Even if you say the karma vidhi shrutis are apramana, the entire shruti is not apramana, because the Brahma Vidya shruti, they reveal the Brahman which cannot be negated. Therefore, in terms of Brahma Vidya, the shruti cannot be considered apramana. No, Siddhanti says, even the karma vidhi shrutis are not apramana. Even the karma kanda, which enjoins karma vidhi, which enjoins karmas, even they are not apramana. How it is not apramana? The author explains. Nacha evam karma vidhi shrutehe apramanyam पूर्व पूर्व प्रवृत्ति निरोधेन उत्तरोत्तर अपूर्व प्रवृत्ति जननस्य प्रत्यगात्माभिमुख्येन प्रवृत्त्युत्पादनार्थत्वात्. So, न च एवं कर्मविधि श्रुतेः अप्रामाण्यम्. So, unlike as the Purva Pakshi has thought, the karma vidhi shruti cannot be called apramana just because the kartrutva is unreal. Karma vidhi shruti cannot be considered apramana. So, evam means kartuhu mithyatve, kartrutve mithyatve satyapi. Even though the kartrutva is mithya, we cannot say karma vidhi shruti is apramana. Why? Purva purva pravritti nirodhena uttarottara apurva pravritti jananasya. What does the karma vidhi shruti do? The karma vidhi shrutis negate the ashastriya pravritti. Purva purva pravritti nirodhena, by restraining each previous pravritti, means the ashastriya pravritti. Uttarottara apurva pravritti jananasya, and induces certain pravrittis, certain activities which are apurva. Apurva means shastriya, enjoined by the shastra, which are uttarottara, which are subsequent, meaning they come after the ashastriya pravritti. They come when you stop the ashastriya pravritti. That means initially, to begin with, one may have all ashastriya pravritti. The Shastra enables him to restrain the ashastriya pravritti and perform the shastriya pravritti. And the restraint of the ashastriya pravritti happens step by step. In the same manner, taking to the shastriya pravritti also happens step by step. For example, somebody is doing lot of adharma. He is doing all adharma. So from adharma, adharmika pravritti, which is totally ashastriya, the Shastra says don't do adharma. Instead do kamya karma. From adharma, he is made to do kamya karma, sakama karma. So adharma to sakama karma. And from sakama karma, the Shastra further encourages him to do nishkama karma. That is how, at one stage, he goes from adharma to sakama karma. And then another stage, he goes from sakama karma to nishkama karma. That is how pura pravritti, each preceding pravritti, first one is adharma, second one is sakama karma. When the subsequent pravritti is encouraged, uttarottara pravritti, means with respect to adharma, sakama karma is uttara pravritti. It comes subsequent to the adharma. And compared to the sakama karma, nishkama karma is uttara pravritti. That is how, step by step, the person is led towards Atmajnana. He is prepared to Atmajnana. Pratyagatmabhimukhyena pravrityutpadanarthatvat. The karma vidhishrutis. Pratyagatma abhimukhyena pravritti utpadanarthatvat. They are meant for producing the pravrittis which facilitate him to turn towards pratyagatma. Pratyagatma abhimukhyena pravritti utpadanarthatvat. They serve the purpose of producing the pravrittis which make him turn towards pratyagatma, which facilitate him to turn towards pratyagatma. Therefore, the karma vidhi shrutis have their own place in the pursuit of moksha. Therefore, even they are not apramana. They also serve a purpose. Now, one may ask, if the karma itself is mithya, then how the karma vidhi shrutis can be pramana? Bhashyakara answers this objection. Mithyatve api upayasya upeya satyataya satyatvam eva syat. So, mithyatve api upayasya. Even though the upaya is mithya. What is the upaya? Karma. Karma is mithya. Though karma, the upaya is mithya, the upeya is satya. Upeya means what has to be attained through the upaya is called upeya. What has to be attained through the means, it is satya. Upeya satyataya. Since the upeya is satya, moksha is satya. Therefore, satyatvam eva syat. Even the upaya vidhi shrutis, even the shrutis which enjoin the upaya, they have satyatva. Satyatva means they have pramanya, they are valid. The shruti which enjoins the upaya has validity, even though the upaya is mithya, because the upaya is meant for attaining something which is satya. Yatha अर्थवादादीनां अर्थवादानां विधिशेषाणां. Now Bhashyakara gives Siddhanti gives an example where upaya itself may be unreal, but it has validity. The Shruti which gives the upaya has a validity with respect to the validity of the goal. For example, Arthavada, Yatha, just as Arthavadanam, the Arthavada Vakyas are there. Arthavada means the statements which glorify something. And the Arthavada are Vidhi Shesha. They are subservient to a particular Vidhi, a particular injunction. For example, there is a Vidhi Vakya. And in order to glorify the Vidhi Vakya, in order to glorify some factor related to the Vidhi Vakya, a particular factor is glorified. The glorification may or may not be true. Sometimes it may not even be true. It may not be literally accurate. But it serves the purpose of glorification. And thereby it serves the purpose of the Vidhi. That way, even the Arthavadas, even if they are not literally true, find their validity. Loke api balonmattadinam paya adau payayitavye chudavardhanadivachanam. Yeah. No, earlier Siddhanti gave a Vaidika Drishtanta, Arthavada. Even though the Arthavada is not literally true, we cannot say it is invalid because it serves some purpose in terms of glorification. In the same manner, in the world also, Sometimes we may say certain things which are not really true, but still it has some validity because it serves some purpose. He gives the example. Suppose there is a kid, a bala, a child. You want to make the child drink milk. If you just say drink milk, it is good for your health, you will get protein, vitamin, and all, it will not work for a child. Then earlier, long back, the mothers used to tell the child, if you drink milk, your hair will grow very long. Then they will show somebody else's hair. See, this other person has lot of hair. You don't you want that big hair? If you want that big hair, then drink milk. Your hair will grow. That is how they would make the child drink milk. So, even though these words are not literally true, just by drinking milk, the hair does not grow. But still, it serves the purpose. For a child, it serves a beneficial purpose. The child is made to drink milk. It drinks milk and it gets nourishment. Therefore, such statements are not taken as a lie. Such statements cannot be considered as a lie, even though they are not literally true. You cannot call them lie because it serves some good purpose. So, loke api, even in the world, balonmattadina, bala, a child, and also unmatta, a madman, even a madman, a crazy person, sometimes we may have to tell lies. If you have to make him take medicine, etc., you may have to tell certain things which are not really true. Paya adau payayitavye, when the milk, etc., has to be fed. Chudavardhanadivachanam, chudavardhanam, your hair will grow. Such words. प्रकारान्तरस्थानां प्रकारान्तरस्थानाञ्च साक्षादेव वा प्रामाण्यसिद्धिः प्राक् आत्मज्ञानात् देहाभिमाननिमित्त प्रत्यक्षादिप्रामाण्यवत्. So far, Siddhanti justified the pramanya of karma kanda as an upaya for atmajna. But now suppose we don't consider them as a upaya of atmajnana also. Even then, Karma vidhi shrutis are pramana. Why? Because at the time of ajnana dashayam, they are very much valid, just like any other means of knowledge. Like I am the body. For an ajnani, it is valid as long as there is ajnana. So prakarantarastha means atmajnanodayat pragavastha prakarantaram. Those who are before atmajnana, the people who don't have atmajnana, they are referred to as prakarantarastha, means ajnanina. For ajnanis, साक्षादेव च प्रामाण्य सिद्धि, it is sakshat praman. Karma vidhi shrutis are sakshat praman. Even you don't have to say they are paramparaya praman. Previously Siddhanti said they are paramparaya praman. Paramparaya means directly they are not pramana, but as a means for atmajnana they serve a purpose, therefore they are pramana. This is paramparaya praman. From a jnani standpoint, you will have to say they are paramparaya pramana. But for an ajnani standpoint, they are directly pramana. So, prakarantarasthanancha sakshadeva va pramanya siddhihi pragatmajnanat. Pragatmajnanat, before atmajnana, they are directly pramana. Just like dehabhimana nimitta pratyakshadi pramanyavat, just like the pramanya, just like the validity of the pratyakshadi pramana, pratyaksha, direct perception, etc., which are on account of dehabhimana, on account of the identification with the body. यत् मन्यसे स्वयं अव्याप्रियमाणोऽपि आत्मा सन्निधिमात्रेण करोति तदेव च मुख्यं कर्तृत्वम् आत्मनः यथा राजा युध्यमानेषु योधेषु युध्यते इति प्रसिद्धं स्वयं अयुध्यमानः अपि सन्निधानादेव जितः पराजितश्च इति च तथा सेनापतिः वाचा एव करोति क्रियाफलसम्बन्धश्च राज्ञः सेनापतेश्च दृष्टः यथा च ऋत्विक् कर्म यजमानस्य तथा देहादीनां कर्म आत्मकृतं स्यात् tat phalasya atmagamitvat yathava भ्रामकस्य लोहभ्रमनियन लोहभ्रम लोहभ्रामयितृत्वात् अव्यापृतस्यैव मुख्यमेव कर्तृत्वं तथा च आत्मनः इति तत् असत् अकुर्वतः कारकत्व प्रसंगात् यत्तु मन्यसे. So this is another contention of Purva Pakshi. Even though Atma is not doing anything, just by mere presence the Atma becomes the Karta. This is the argument. Yattu manyase. Siddhanti is telling the Purva Pakshi, what you are thinking. So another contention of the Purva Pakshi. Siddhanti himself is telling to the Purva Pakshi in order to negate it. Swayam avyapriyamanopi Atma. The Atma is not doing anything by himself. Swayam avyapriyamana. In his own nature, the Atma is not doing any vyapara, free from all activities. Sannidhi matrena, by mere presence, by mere proximity, karoti, the Atma does, means it gets kartrutva. Without doing anything, it gets kartrutva. Tadeva cha mukhyam kartrutvam atmanaha. That is the mukhya kartrutva of the Atma. It is not mithya kartrutva. It is the mukhya kartrutva. We say it is mithya kartrutva. But according to Purva Pakshi, the kartrutva is mukhya. Mukhyam kartrutva. It is the real kartrutva of the Atma. He gives example for this. Yatha, just as Raja, a king, yudhyamaneshu yodheshu, who really fights in a war. Suppose there is a war happening. Who really goes to the field and fights? It is the soldiers. The king does not go to the battleground also. In earlier days they used to go. Nowadays they don't go. Modi will not go to the border and shoot not arrows. Nowadays guns. He won't he won't fight. At the maximum, he may go and wear the uniform and eat with them. So the king does not fight. The soldiers fight. The king he may go to the battlefield and he may stay there in the tent or wherever. Or he may not even go to the battlefield. Then there is a Senapati, the commander. Even the commander does not fight. What does the commander do? He will just give a command. Verbally, he will give a command. Fire. That's it. That is their job. So king does not even give the command, fire. King is just standing. Senapati gives the command. Then the soldiers fight. But who takes the credit? First, the Senapati takes the credit. My army won. And then the king takes the credit. Our kingdom won. King won. So the soldiers are fighting. But the victory or defeat belongs to the king as well as the Senapati. युध्यते इति प्रसिद्धम योधेषु युध्यमानेषु सत्सु सति सप्तमी. When the warriors are fighting, when the soldiers are fighting, they say the king is fighting. Raja yudhyate, the king is fighting. This is prasiddha. This is a popular usage. In the world they say so. Swayam ayudhyamanaha api, even though the king is not fighting in himself. Sannidhana deva, just by his sannidhana, just by his presence as the king, they say king is fighting. And jitaha parajitascha iti cha, and also they will say the king won and king got defeated iti cha. Tatha senapatihi vacha eva karoti. In the same manner, the senapati, the commander of the army, vacha eva karoti, he does the action only with the words, just gives command. And kriyaphala sambandhascha rajnah senapatescha drishtaha, but they get the kriyaphala sambandha, the association of the result of action is seen. King as well as the commander, they receive the result of the action. They get the credit. This is one example. Now he gives a Vaidika example. Yathacha ritvik karma yajamanasya. So in a yajna, the ritvik does the action. Ritvik means the priest. The action of the priest goes to the yajaman, one who has hired the priest. He gets the result. So yathacha ritvik karma yajamanasya. The action of the ritvik belongs to the yajaman, because even if a ritvik is performing the homa, really, they will say yajamana has done this. The karta is yajaman. The action may be performed by the ritvik. The mantra might have been chanted by the ritvik. But who is the karta? Yajaman. That is how it is considered. And the phala also is received by the yajaman. Tatha, in the same manner, dehadinam karma atmakritam syat. The action of the deha, etc., the action of the body, etc., is done by, is atmakritam, will become the action of the atma, even though the atma himself is not doing anything. Syat. Why it becomes atma's karma? tat phalasya atmagamitvat, because the phala of all the actions belong to the Atma. Atma is the receiver of the phala. So this is second example. Now he gives one more example. यथा वा भ्रामकस्य लोहभ्रामयितृत्वात् अव्यापृतस्यैव मुख्यम् एव कर्तृत्वम्. So there is a Brahmaka. Brahmaka means a magnet which makes another metal rotate. It is like a motor. In the motor, there is a magnet. The magnet itself does not rotate. It is a part of the stator. Magnet is a part of the stator. And then there is a coil inside that, in the middle of the magnet, North Pole and South Pole. In the middle, there is a rotor. Rotor has a coil. And the electricity passes through the rotor. And then there is an electromagnetic field developed. And because of the electromagnetic field, the rotor rotates. The rotation happens in the rotor. The stator does not move. But the stator, the magnet in the stator, makes the rotor rotate without any movement in itself. That is the example. See, even during that time, stator, rotor, everything was there. Several centuries before Michael Faraday was even born. You can see these are some genuine indications of the scientific advancement. There are a few which you can find in Shankara Bhashya itself. And then you can find in other literature also how we had advanced mathematics, advanced, even advanced science was there, applied science was there. So, Brahmakasya loha Brahmayitritvat. So, the Brahmaka itself does not move. But it makes the loha, the metal, the iron, it makes the iron rotate. Loha Brahmayitritvat. Since it makes the iron rotate, therefore, Avyapratasya eva mukhyam eva kartrutvam. Avyapratasya eva. The Brahmaka is avyaprata. It is not doing anything by itself. Yet it gets the mukhya kartrutva because it is called a Brahmaka, the one who makes it rotate. The terminology was different. Brahmaka means one who makes the other rotate. It's not the rotor. The rotor is really rotating in the modern terminology. But this is the magnet which makes the rotor rotate. So, mukhyameva kartrutvam. Tatha cha atmanah iti. In the same manner, even the Atma is mukhya karta. This is Purva Paksha. Then Siddhanti says, Tat asat, it is not correct. Why? Akurvatah karakatva prasangat. If you accept this, akurvatah karakatva prasangat. one who is not doing anything will get karaka. He will get the status of a karaka. So who is karaka? Kriyanvayi karaka. Anybody who is associated with an action is called a karaka. If somebody is not associated with an action, how can you call him a karaka? It is not possible. Therefore, Purvapakshi's contention that Atma, without doing anything, gets the Mukhya Kartritva is not correct. Then Purvapakshi says, Karakam Aneka Prakaram iti chet. Purvapakshi tries to justify his argument. He says, Karakam Aneka Prakaram. There are many types of Karakas. Some Karakas are really doing, some Karakas are not doing anything. It is like in a company, the partners are of various types. Some are called sleeping partners in a company. Sleeping partner means, yeah, they are passive. They have invested money, but they are not involved in the managerial activities in the administration. They will get the dividend, the profit. So, akurvataha karakatva prasangat. Then Siddhanti says, Purvapakshi says, karakam aneka prakaram. Some karakas are involved in action, whereas some other karakas are not involved in action, but they are associated in some way. So, Siddhanti, na raja prapratinam मुख्यस्यापि कर्तृत्वस्य दर्शनात् राजा तावत् स्वव्यापारेणापि युध्यते योधानां योधयितृत्वे धनदाने च मुख्यमेव कर्तृत्वं तथा जय पराजय फलोपभोगे तथा यजमानस्यापि प्रधानत्यागे दक्षिणादाने च मुख्यमेव कर्तृत्वं तस्मात् अव्यापृतस्य कर्तृत्वोपचारो यः सः गौणः इति अवगम्यते. Then Siddhanti says it is not so. Wherever there is wherever there is mukhya kartrutva or mukhya karakatva, you will find that it is in some way involved in the action. It cannot be totally uninvolved in the action. Then Purvapakshi is showing the example. See, the king has not done anything, but still he is called Mukhya Karta. Then Siddhanti says, even the king does something. In some way, the king is also involved in the fight, in the battle. Only then we can say the king is fighting. In what way the king is involved in the war? Sometimes the king himself may go to the battlefield and fight. In many cases, earlier the kings themselves used to go to the battlefield, whether you take Ramayana or Mahabharata. The kings themselves went to the battlefield as long as they were capable. Dhritarashtra didn't go because he was blind, unfit. Other than Dhritarashtra, everybody was in the battlefield. So if the king is capable, he will go and fight. If he is not capable, he may tell, if you fight, I will give you this much money. Who is giving money to the soldiers? If the soldiers are not paid, they will not fight. So, Raja Prabhritina Mukhyasyapi Kartritvasya Darshana, the Raja, etc., the examples that Purvapakshi gave, they have Mukhya Kartrutva also. Mukhya Kartrutva is seen. Raja Tavat, first he explains how the king has Mukhya Kartrutva. Tavat, first of all, Raja, the king, Swavyaparena Piyudhyate, with his own vyapar, with his own action, he may fight sometimes. He may go to the battlefield and fight. And also, Yodhanam Yodhayitritve, if he is not fighting himself, he is making the soldiers fight. Yodhanam Yodhayitritve, he is making the others fight. Go and fight. You should win. He will tell them. He will inspire them. Dhanadanecha, and also he gives them money. Mukhyameva kartrutvam. In this, the king has mukhya kartrutva. So, king is not totally avyaprata. Tatha, in the same manner, jaya parajaya phalopabhoge, even in terms of experiencing the result of the action, king has mukhya bhoktrutva. So kartrutva as well as bhoktrutva of the king are mukhya. So jaya parajaya phalopabhoge, even in terms of experiencing the phala, result of the victory or defeat, it is real. Yodhanam, tatha, in the same manner, yajamanasyapi, even the yajamana is also involved in the karma. It's not that yajamana sits in America and makes the karma happen here. It does not happen so. Yajamana has to be there during the yajna. So what is Ritvik's karma, what is Yajamana's karma, it is also specified in a Vedic ritual. Which karma belongs to which Ritvik, which mantra has to be chanted by which Ritvik, which mantra has to be chanted by Yajamana, which karma has to be done by Yajamana's Patni, everything is specified. So it's not that Yajamana is totally uninvolved. So Yajamanasyapi, even the Yajamana, Pradhana Yage, Pradhana Tyage, in the Pradhana Tyaga, means in the main offering, the principal offering, it is done by Yajamana. Pradhana Tyage and Dakshina Danecha, and also giving Dakshina. Who gives Dakshina? Yajamana has to give Dakshina. Mukhyameva Kartrutvam, the Kartrutva is Mukhya only. It is not Gauna. It is not. There is no. It's not that there is no action. Yeah. Tatha, in the same manner, sorry, tasmat, therefore, अव्यापृतस्य कर्तृत्वोपचारो यः सः गौणः इत्यवगम्यते. Therefore, अव्यापृतस्य, if somebody is not doing anything at all and there is a kartrutva upachara and somebody calls him karta without doing anything, it is gauna. Saha gaunaha, it is gauna. Iti avagamyate, it can be considered gauna. Somebody is not performing anything at all, but you call him karta. In that case, it is gauna prayoga. It cannot be mukhya prayoga. यदि मुख्यम कर्तृत्वम सव्यापार लक्षणम न उपलभ्यते राजयजमान प्रभृतीनां तदा सन्निधि मात्रेणापि कर्तृत्वं मुख्यं परिकल्प्येत यथा भ्रामकस्य लोहभ्रमणेन न तथा राजयजमानादीनां स्वव्यापारः न उपलभ्यते तस्मात् सन्निधिमात्रेणापि कर्तृत्वं गौणमेव. यदि, so now Siddhanti says, when we could have accepted a mukhya kartrutva just by mere presence, in which case we can accept a mukhya kartrutva by mere presence. Yadi, if mukhyam kartrutvam, the mukhya kartrutva, so vyapara lakshanam na upalabhyate. So mukhya kartrutva means sovyapara. Sovyapara lakshanam mukhyam kartrutva. The mukhya kartrutva in the form of its own vyapara, its own activity, if it is not found with respect to Raja, Yajamana, etc., in that case, tada sannidhi matrenapi kartrutvam mukhyam parikalpyeta. In that case, we could have accepted that they have mukhya kartrutva by mere presence. Sannidhi matrena. Yatha bhramakasya loha brahmanena. Just as in the case of the Brahmaka, how it is the Mukhya Karta with respect to Loha Brahman. It is not doing anything. Without doing anything, it makes the Loha rotate. There, Siddhanti says we can accept the Mukhya Kartrutva without any action, without any action of its own. Because there, the magnet is not moving. Without any movement in itself, it is making the iron rotate. There, sannidhi matrena mukhyam kartrutvam, we will accept, no problem. But it cannot be accepted in the case of king, etc., where the king, etc., themselves have some actions. Therefore, their mukhya kartrutva has to be accepted, not by mere sannidhi, but on account of their own vyapar. Sannidhi matrena mukhya kartrutva is not accepted with respect to king, etc. But on account of their action, we have accepted mukhya kartrutva. न तथा राजयजमानादीनां स्वव्यापारः न उपलभ्यते. Unlike in the case of Brahmaka, In the case of king and yajamana, it is not that we don't find their own actions, meaning we definitely find their own actions. Here it is a double negation. So, sovyaparaha na upalabhyate iti na. It is not that we do not see any action of their own in the case of Raja, Yajamana, etc. Therefore, there is no need for accepting Sannidhi Matrena Vyapara. Tasmat Sannidhi Matrenapi Kartrutvam Gaunamiva. Therefore, Sannidhi Matrena Kartrutvam, when we talk about with respect to king, etc., it is Gauna. It cannot be Mukhya. That is the idea. If Sannidhi Matrena somebody has Kartrutva, in that case, it is accepted as Gauna Kartrutva, not Mukhya Kartrutva. So now here, Siddhanti seems to have accepted that the Brahmaka Drishtanta, in Brahmaka Drishtanta, there is Mukhya Kartrutva with respect to Sannidhi itself, on account of Sannidhi itself. But there also we can say that it is not Sannidhi Matrena Kartrutva, because even the magnet may not do anything visible, but invisibly the magnet is doing something. There is some Sukshma Vyapara in the magnet itself. That is how the iron is rotating. Yeah. So, therefore, even in the Brahmaka Drishtanta, it is not really Sannidhi Matrena Kartrutvam. Therefore, even the Brahmaka Drishtanta can be refuted. Tatha cha sati tat phala sambandhopi gaunah eva syat. Tatha cha sati, when it is so, means when the Kartrutva is Gauna. Tat phala sambandhopi, even the association with the result, Gaunah eva syat, even that would be Gauna. न गौणेन मुख्यं कार्यं निवर्त्यते. गौणेन मुख्यं कार्यं न निवर्त्यते. By a gauna usage, a secondary usage does not serve a primary purpose. Gauna does not serve the purpose of the primary, the mukhya. Just like the manavaka, the boy, does not serve the purpose of fire, the real fire. Tasmat asadeva etad giyate dehadinam vyaparena अव्यापृतः आत्मा कर्ता भोक्ता च स्यादिति. तस्मात्, therefore, asadeva etad giyate. What has been told by Purva Pakshi is asat, incorrect. What? Dehadinam vyaparena, on account of the function of the deha, etc. Avyapratah atma, the atma which is not really doing any work. Karta bhokta cha syat, the Atma will become Karta and Bhokta really. Iti. This is Asadeva Giyate. This statement is incorrect. Asadeva Giyate. Giyate means Uchyate. Asadeva idam Uchyate ityartha. Bhranti nimittam tu sarvam upapadyate yatha swapne मायायांच एवं भ्रांति निमित्तम तु सर्वम उपपद्यते. On account of bhranti, on account of misconception, everything is possible. Means mukhya kartrutva is possible. When there is identification with the body, as long as there is identification with the body, I look upon myself as the mukhya karta only. Yatha swapne, just like in dream, as well as in maya, as well as in the magic, in dream, magic, etc. On account of bhranti, so many things can happen. In the same manner, when there is bhranti, there is mukhya kartrutva and mukhya bhoktrutva. Nacha देहाद्यात्म प्रत्यय संतान विच्छेदेषु सुषुप्ति समाध्यादिषु कर्तृत्व भोक्तृत्वादि अनर्थ उपलभ्यते. तस्मात् भ्रांति प्रत्यय निमित्तः एव अयं संसार भ्रमः न तो परमार्थः इति सम्यक् दर्शनात् अत्यन्तम् एव उपरमः इति सिद्धम्. न च देहादि आत्म प्रत्यय भ्रांति संतान विच्छेदेषु. So Bhashyakara is giving another indication to show that the kartrutva etc. is on account of bhranti. So dehadi atma pratyaya bhranti santana vichcheda, the breaking of the bhranti santana. Bhranti santana means the series of misconception, the series of adhyasa. One adhyasa leads to another adhyasa. It is called bhranti santan or bhranti parampara. And the bhranti parampara is in the form of dehadi atma pratyaya, the identification with the body, etc. I am the body, ityadi. This bhranti continues as a parampara. Santan. When this is broken, vichchedeshu. See how it is in the form of santan. Yesterday's bhranti is responsible for today's bhranti also. Yesterday I identified with the body. The same thing causes identification with the body today. In that way, it is a santan. It is a series, a parampara. So, when it is vichchinna, means when it is absent, it has stopped for a while, it has paused. When sushupti samadhyadishu, in sushupti, samadhi, etc., in deep sleep, and also in samadhi and murcha, in when somebody is unconscious, adishu कर्तृत्व भोक्तृत्वादि अनर्थः न उपलभ्यते. At that time, the anartha, the undesirable things like a kartrutva, bhoktrutva, etc., they are not found. In Sushupti, there is no kartrutva, bhoktrutva. In Sushupti, there is no dehadi atma pratyaya, and in the meantime, there is no samsara also, no kartrutva, bhoktrutva also. Tasmat, therefore, भ्रांति प्रत्यय निमित्तः एव अयम संसार भ्रमः. This samsara brahma, the delusion of samsara is there as long as there is bhranti pratyaya, as long as there is a misconception caused by ajnana. Natu paramartha. Samsara is not paramartha. Samsara is not real. Iti. Therefore, सम्यक दर्शनात् अत्यंतम एव उपरमः. Therefore, on account of samyak darshana, on account of atmajnana, the samsara can be put to an end completely. Atyantam eva uparamah. There is absolute cessation of samsara with atmajnana. Iti siddham. This is established. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः.